Hello everyone, this is James Bush from One Objective Bass Fishing, and today we're going to be doing the install on our through hole steering guides on this RS 117, so stay tuned.
One in the wound where they could say they shot two, they'd see the fracture line. A giant wave of shad spawn going on.
Hello everyone, like I said earlier at the beginning of this video, we're going to be doing the install of our through hole steering guides on this RS 117. So let's get started. This is all the tools and supplies that you'll need to install this kit on a RS 117. You'll need a drill, a smaller drill bit, just something just pretty small, a 1/4 inch drill bit, a screwdriver, tape measure. I like using this, so if you want to use 1/4 inch refrigerator tubing, a lighter, and this is your Bonafide steer kit that you can get from One Objective Bass Fishing. This is the steer parts that you'll be installing to make this thing steer, and a stick pin as well. On this RS 117, I like to line this rear hole. The hump part goes towards the back of the boat. I want to line it up with this little notch right here, just like the center of it, just like that. And then I like to do 1.5 inches from there, just even from here. Really close right there. Then take your drill bit, center it in your hole, and then do you a pallet hole. Then grab your Phillips head screwdriver and go ahead and tighten this one down. You can use a drill, but it's pretty easy just to go ahead and run them in. You don't want them to be too tight. And then go ahead and pull your 1.5 inches and get it lined up nice. And then drill your other hole. And you just repeat this process. Then you'll just repeat this process on the other side. And you could add silicone or something like that if you wanted to these. I just don't think you're going to let that much water in with this, so I just didn't think it's necessary. After all that's said and done, take that drill bit out, and you're going to insert your 1/4 inch bit. And these are already got holes in them already, so this is just a through hole guide. Now if you're going to use the steer kit from Bonafide, make sure you read the directions on their kit and use the right size drill bit for that tubing. This is just for the tubing that I'm using. So just go right in. You want to clean it out a little bit as you go. And then there you go. Repeat this process on the other side. Make sure that you're good and straight. Like I said, this stuff cakes up in there, so make sure you clean your bit out. You'll feel it when it hits the boat if you just take your time. No need to get in a hurry with this. And that part is done. And the next step, what you'll do is go ahead and take your cover off. You would either take your factory piece off, or if you have a One Objective mount, which I prefer, save all this hardware because you will be installing it back when you're done. We're just open this to access the inside of the hole. I'm just going to leave this on, remove this piece, so I can have access to the inside of the boat. Next, what we're going to do is take your drill with the bit that you're using for your size tubing. I happen to be using refrigerator tubing, which I'm using a 1/4 inch bit. Go ahead and push your pedals all the way back Next off, what you're going to do is you're going to drill this right in here. I like to drill it kind of up and then angle it back, just like that. And we'll repeat that process on the other side. Next off, you'll take your tubing and you just want to get you enough length that you think that you're going to need, and add you a good couple feet, because this stuff is really cheap. If not, you'll be using the stuff that's supplied with your Bonafide steer kit, and they're already cut to length for you already. Next off, what I like to do is just try to rub your tubing smooth. You want it nice and straight. And once you've got your line back here, we end up having to use a hook to get it out. Start all over. Hello? And once you've got your line back here, we ended up having to use a hook tool to grab the line because we just couldn't get it straight enough back here. I wish I had a smaller set of these. I think you can get a smaller set from Harbor Freight that would actually go all the way back here, which would work a lot better. But we didn't have those. But then all you got to do is find where you drilled your hole at in here and then just fish it right through. And then we'll heat this end and flare it. What I like to do is I like to just take a piece of scrap board, wood, something that you just got laying around that's flat. When you go to do this, heat this tip, get it really nice, and then just put this up against it. Sometimes I'll do this twice just to make sure it's flared really good. And if you're using the Bonafide steer kit, make sure you follow their directions on how to do that, because you might need to stick a drill bit inside of it and everything like that. So something just like that. Then you can go ahead and push this back in or pull it from the other end. We'll pull it from the other end. So now that we're down on this end, what we're going to do is we're going to grab your stick pin that I talked about earlier. We're going to go and pull this tube in pretty tight. Stick that stick pin in there. Then go ahead and cut this off somewhere in there. You don't want to cut it too close, because when you go to heat this up, it will heat this up and it will shrink this whole thing in, and you'll lose your whole line. So you'll lose everything that you just did, all the work that you did to get it in there. Go ahead and heat this up and flare the tip. And the reason I like the stick pin too is just because you can let it sit a little longer, so this line still isn't hot and under pressure, because it's hard to hold this line when you do it. And then you can let it sit for like a minute or so, and then pull your pin out. It gets pretty dry now, and it just sucks right in there. Nice and clean. And you'll repeat this process on the other side. Then the next step is that you're ready to run your lines. This line that they have with the Bonafide steer kit is awesome. So as long as you don't knot it up like I do and you take it out the package, just run your line right through. There it is. And then take your line, and Bonafide already has a hole in here. Now I know that the newer RSs have a different footrest system, so I'm just going off of what I have here. And this one, you just run it right through here, And these also have little flips. So you see, this locks it in, and all you do is flip these all the way around, and then you can use them as steer. And the reason that I like the Bonafide parts here is that they're adjustable. So like if you had your wife that was going to take it out, she needs it shorter for her, or then when you take it out, you might need the foot pedals a little bit farther away, you can just adjust these just by a quick turn. Super easy, and then you can get a little bit more room. So we'll go ahead and install these, and I have the wrong one, but you just put this on here. First off, you want to run your line through here. And then the short screw goes in this hole. Just get them started. Long screw in this one. As you can tell, the one part is thicker than the other part, so and there you go. And then you just take and run. There's a hole right here, and whichever way you want it to wind, that's the way that you need to do it. I just like to go through and go ahead and tie you a knot in here. And cinch it down, and go ahead and put you a couple wraps on this thing. Okay, and then go ahead and pull the rest of your slack back towards the back. There you go. Now you're ready to hook this to your motor. And we'll repeat this on the other side, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, once we repeat this on the other side, you're just going to put your clips on here to put it to your steering that you have on your motor, and you're pretty much ready to go. But if you did like what you've seen in this video, please like and subscribe to our channel, because we have a lot of cool stuff coming out. Hope to see you on the water.